Efforts are underway to stabilize Venezuela after the ouster of former dictator Nicolás Maduro.
President Trump's plan will play out in 3 primary phases. NTD's Daniel Monahan breaks it all down for us.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio described the initial step for Venezuela as a stabilization effort, saying the U.S. can't let the country descend into chaos. In the first phase, he said the U.S. will continue to exercise control over access to Venezuela's oil resources.
They are not generating any revenue from their oil right now. They can't move it unless we allow it to move, because we have sanctions, because we're enforcing those sanctions.
The second phase will focus on recovery, which Rubio says involves what he calls fair access to the Venezuela market by American and other companies, as well as healing.
At the same time, begin to create the process of reconciliation nationally within Venezuela, so that the opposition forces can be amnestied and released and from prisons or brought back to the country and begin to rebuild civil society.
The plan will ultimately conclude with a transition of power.
It's where we have tremendous control and leverage over what those interim authorities are doing and are able to do. But obviously this will be a process of transition. In the end, it will be up to the Venezuelan people to transform their country.
President Trump yesterday proposed increasing the Pentagon's budget to $1.5 trillion in 2027, a 66% increase, saying it would give the United States its dream military. Trump says the world is going through very troubled and dangerous times. Over to Colombia. President Trump yesterday said he spoke on the phone with Colombian President Gustavo Petro, calling the conversation a great honor and announcing plans for an in-person meeting at the White House. Trump said Petro initiated the call to discuss Colombia's stance on drugs and address other areas of disagreement between the two countries. The friendly tone is a change from earlier in the week, when Trump criticized the nation over its role in the illegal drug trade.
Colombia is very sick, too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
The president seemed open to taking action.
He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S. and
It sounds good to me.
Petro said yesterday that Trump pulled back on his tone during a conversation that lasted roughly an hour. He said he had invited Trump for a private meeting, but instead the pair decided to hold talks in Washington.
In regard to this personal conversation, we shouldn't put our guard down. We still have to talk at the White House.
The sudden détente revealed that Petro and Trump share a key characteristic, an apparent willingness to negotiate with an adversary if deemed to be in their country's best interest.
For Colombia, the U.S. remains critical for the military's fight against leftist guerrillas. For the U.S., Colombia is the main source of intelligence used to interdict drugs in the Caribbean. Daniel Monahan, NTD News.